security. I'm setting the machine up now for shipping out, and I'm going to be setting it up for the 5-thread safety stitch wide. There is also a narrow one, but this is the wide one. And here is it in the book. And what's nice about this book, and something that you have to get to learn, there is, and I'm going to show you, there is an aluminum block here that the needle bar hooks to the needle bar rather, and it will take at one time for a particular stitch 3 needles, and that would be for the 3 needle cover stitch. Now right now this is, even though it shows 3 needles in here, we're going to be utilizing the back row, the left on the back row, and they call that left over edge needle A. Alright, and it's marked also on the machine A, and there's a right over edge needle B. So we're concerned with one back needle on the left, and in the front row we're utilizing the center, or they call it the cover stitch middle needle / chain stitch needle D, right there. All right. Now you look at here, and there's Allen keys that this little tool right here goes into the Allen key hole, and you loosen the set screw, black set screw, to install the needle or to remove the needle, as the case may dictate. All right, now there's also a nice chart over here, and usually what I do is I try to familiarize myself with the chart depending on what I'm doing. Like for example, we're doing this 5-thread safety stitch, so ATD, automatic tension dial, set to B. All right. And we're going to check all these things. And then the next thing, it says middle cover stitch needle D, threaded. Right cover stitch needle E, not threaded. Over edge left, threaded. Even gives you the color blue. Over edge right, not threaded. Upper looper green, looper engaged and threaded. Spreader not used. Lower looper red, threaded. Chain stitch looper brown, threaded. Upper looper clutch L, I'm going to show you all these things. Upper knife engaged, and all these settings to N here, which are the dials, and the ATD is set to B. Okay, so you look at your dials on the left side of the machine over here, and I got everything set to N, N, N. Okay. course, you go around to the other side. Over here, auto tension dial. They want that set. They want that set at B. P. See, when you move that, it lines all these things up. See them clicking? Okay. So that's set to B all the way across. So, right, and then you, of course, you got N over here, and to thread the needle, I had marked this. I did this. None of these markings are on, and this is aligned for the highest position of the needles, right there. All right, now moving around to the front. I'm going to show you. I get a little closer here. I have these. I have the loopers threaded. They're color coded. You know, for example, you got brown here. You got brown here. And when you're threading the loopers, you follow the dots that are on the bars and stuff. Alright, I made it a little brighter. You have brown dot, brown dot, brown dot. You also have a chart down below. There's a chart here. Okay. And what they do is they show the thread as brown, indicating the tracking of the brown. Right? Now there's a little deal behind the loopers. Right here. Is that little deal? I want to call it a deal. It's actually a notch. And over here there's a little notch. Now, it's very hard to reach these with your fingers, but there is a lever mechanism. You see this? Right here, you put your finger, that's a lever mechanism. Here, that's a lever mechanism. I demystify them. Pivot, the lever. Now the purpose of the lever is, you see this right here? There's a V. This lever, when you push the lever this way, or lift it up actually, when you lift it up, this chrome piece of metal with the V, you put the thread in, and it holds the thread and brings the thread back here if you move the lever to its maximum, right? And the thread drops behind the looper. Drops behind the looper. Now, prior to that, you put that, just say the brown thread, put it through the hole in the looper. Just lays in the back. This portion of the thread, which is right near here where the thread went through, you just you captured the thread in the little V as you move in this lever, like this, and this will go like this and bring the thread behind. Once it's behind, it stays there, and you could pull the thread, and it's going to track like this now. And it's the same thing with this other one right here. The same thing. You could put the thread through the hole, and then that red thread would lay in that little V, and then you lift this lever up, and it's going to move this back, carrying that thread with it, and then the thread's going to drop behind here. So that when you let go of this, the thread will be behind there, and then you just put a little tension on this, put a little tension on this, and that's threaded, and that goes under the presser foot to the back over the needle plate. Now, I was also talking about a clutch. You see this bar? I'm sorry. You see this bar right here? It's like a knee. Just imagine a leg with a knee joint here. To put it in the right position, like the book calls for, just say that should be an L position, it says in the book. So to put it in the L position, I put a little placard down here, L. You push that back, that plastic deal, you push it this way and unlocks it, and then you push the plastic thing down. And what that does is it puts it into this position here. This is L position. Okay, it's locked. That allows this to work back here. It allows it or disallows it as the purpose of it, depending on what they want. Now, they want this down like this. And if you want to see, you move this way, and then you push this way and then up. And the knee bends, and this bar comes up. Okay? I'll show you. Sometimes you got to put a drop of oil on that deal. All right. When I first got the machine, I had to put a drop of oil on this bar. Just use machine oil. See, gets a little stiff now. It's bringing up a little bit. So, what you would be C and down. All right, but you got to move this like this. Okay, so that's the proper position. Okay. All right. Now, the little V I'm talking about, see, I'm going to move. All right. I'm going to move this. Going to see the back moving there. All right. And you see the white thread right here? The white thread? Okay. Before this gets caught in the back of the loop of the white thread, you catch it in the V. There's a V here. See if I can get a little closer. Uh-oh, out of focus. Okay. There, you see the V. 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 Right. And then where my finger is that you can't see, there's another lever and another V. And that's for catching the other thread. And you go all the way up with it like this, as far as it can go, like this, and that puts the thread behind. Then when you bring it down, the thread's not in the V anymore, it's caught in the back. All right. Now, the other thing I'm doing is I'm threading the two needles, and I have the little deal that's going to be included with the machine. Everything's a deal. There's a little serger threader. Let me move a little to the side. A little to the side. And let's see if I can go a little closer without blurring. Alright. And now, where my fingers are back here, I'm holding on a little plastic knob. And this is through the eye of the needle from the back to the front. You can see it. You can see it moving. Right here. Okay? Now, you put the other thread through the eye. It's always good to nip off the little bit of thread. There might be, alright. You hold it and you pull that thing back. And as you pull it, just make sure you don't loop around, press the feet and different things. And that goes to the back. Alright, and all this stuff goes underneath, all the white stuff is supposed to go underneath. In order to start your stitch, just bring it to the back. Just bring everything to the back and just make sure it's not caught underneath loopers and different things. Because otherwise you're going to wind up with a ball of wax. Also, the knife, see, it's caught behind the knife, so pull this out, get your knife out of the way a little bit. One down, bring it down, just so get your stuff into the back. See, that's important, what I'm showing you. Needle underneath, where everything goes to the back. Under this wing, there's a wing. Bring everything under the wing to start. And then of course, you pull it. To do all of this, you press the foot has to be up to do everything I'm doing here. Alright. I took off the presser foot because my thread was caught from serging. Of course, it got into here. So the fact that I'm starting fresh, everything I want brought to the back. Now, there's one thing you got to remember: the chain stitch looper here. You have the lower looper here, this chain stitch looper, and this is the upper looper. This thread goes under here to the back. So what I had to do to correct it is I had to bring in the serger threading thing like this, put the thread in there, and then I pulled it back. Okay, it's always good to know the way the stuff runs and see it the way it's supposed to run before you look at it, and then if you see something not the way it's supposed to be routed, you can say, that ain't right. So this here, now I could be corrected if I'm wrong, but from what I remembered, that works. Now I'm going to put back the presser foot. Here's the bar. There's I'm going to back up a little bit. There's a spring here, a black spring. All right, and that's part of the sort of the installation. So I bring it back a little bit to press the foot like a little behind. A little bit behind. My goal is to get this crossbar up into the notch over here. There's a notch. And with the spring, the black spring laying on top. So that's the goal. So, alright, what I did, I had to bring it up a little higher. Okay, so now I'm going to lower, press the foot. Alright, see how it went in? Alright, this is the opposite from a sewing machine. To raise the presser foot on this serger, you bring down the lever. You can see the lever right here. See, up and the presser foot goes down. It's just the opposite. You reach behind it, a lot of times you can't find it because when you're sewing, it's up, out of the way. If you want to, for some reason, lift up the presser foot. So it goes the opposite way. So everything now is running to the back. I got my needles threaded. And I moved out of the way the upper cutter. See? So to put it back where it belongs, you pull it out. It's pretty strong. And you rotate it back. And it snaps into position. Okay? Alright, now here, I made a note on here because at one time I couldn't find it. Who knew? Alright, you see right there? Seam width finger knob. So, you know, the little white thing over there. How could that be? But anyway, you know, I put little labels on it because I couldn't find the freaking thing. You got to go through the book, and you know it'll tell you N or R. You know which way you want to put it. So, you know, you look up and down in the book. You know, you follow all of this stuff. Everything. Bring your threads to the back. You know, you just, you know, you scan across over here. See, I'm scanning over there and something doesn't look right. How could that be? That don't look right. Right here. I don't see the thread going under there. Let me double check. Okay. Here. I continued the brown dots under here, down and up, because it shows it in the little deal over here. If you look at the brown, and it comes under here, and under here. See, here and here, 2 spots. It looks very close together, but if you go back to the real world, where it's right there, right in the middle of the screen, as the machine moves, see those relative position change. Right? How could that be? Boy, the guy who designed this thing must still be banging his head up against a padded cell or something. I don't know. I mean, you need a concept first before you design this thing, you know. I mean, what? You just think of it. I had one viewer said how father designed it. Oh, grandfather. I'm trying to. I don't know if she was joking. I think she says it was designed by Rube Goldberg. Now, as a mechanic all through the years, if something was complicated, we used to say, boy, is that a Rube Goldberg? And I never knew what that meant. But I have to research that one day. Rube Goldberg. All right, so I'm going to give it a shot. Chain off. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it. Now maybe I'll go right to the end. Okay. I'm going to leave it like this in the machine. All right. And, it's all threaded. And, all right. And I'll keep the machine like this. And then I'll wrap everything up. See if I could leave the thread there. Maybe I could lower down see if I could custom wrap it. Got to protect all this stuff. Got to protect it. I'm going to assume that they're going to drop it, so I'm double boxing it and I'm putting all kinds of foam and stuff around it. All right. All right. This is for Doris. I'm not showing no names or anything other than Doris. She bought the machine. So I'm packing everything up. I'm going to leave all the fabric samples and so forth in here. What you could do at this point, like I did, I got to the end, and you could, feed it to the end, hold the back chain off. Being that you had a surgery, you know about that. All right, chain off, and then if you want, serge the other piece, just so you get the feel of the machine, or put your own fabric in. Okay. So everything works. A little dust in it, but that comes with the machine, no charge. All right, that it almost does a decorative job in itself. Just a piece of junk fabric, and just like this, right? That's a different stitch, of course. And you know, it does the cover stitch, which is very nice. I can't find it. That's what I'm doing now. That's the 5-thread safety, wide. That's good for jeans. You know, things you want strong, because you got the stitch on the side, strengthening it here. Does a chain stitch on the other side with the chain stitch looper. A little hard to see on this one. That's why it's nice when you utilize the colors. So I got everything labeled, Doris. Vincent Carey, thank you.